Something remarkable is happening, or at least Republicans want you to think something remarkable is happening. Let me explain. The Hill has a new report out that there are some Senate Republicans vowing to block Trump from seizing Greenland by military force. We're talking about the Green. This is not like some town called Greenland in the Midwest. Greenland, which is there in the North Atlantic, the NATO ally. Trump has been openly threatening to take it if Denmark doesn't sell. He's repeated it to reporters. He's posted about it on Truth Central. His administration is doubling down in these meetings with Danish officials. And suddenly you've got a couple Republicans clutching their pearls. We're told the Republican senators are concerned. Republican senators are flummoxed. They're worried about NATO. And there are two Republican senators, the same names we keep hearing, Tom Tillis and Lisa Murkowski, who are flying to Copenhagen, beautiful city, by the way, to reassure Denmark that Congress will stop Trump if he tries something crazy. Now, if you just read the headline, it sounds kind of bold, sounds kind of brave. It sounds like Republican resistance against Donald Trump, but let's slow it down for a second. This is the same party that has spent nearly a decade whispering all of its objections to Donald Trump off the record while voting with him on everything that matters. Notice how much of the pushback is anonymous, because Tillis and Murkowski, who are at very low risk if they come out and say this stuff, they are putting their names to this. But then we hear about other Republicans that are privately alarmed. Off the record, they're concerned, but publicly they're deferential. That is cowardice at the end of the day. These are the same Republicans who said they were going to rein in Trump during his first term and then during his second term, and they were going to be a check and a balance. And the same Republicans who said this time it's going to be different. And every single time when it mattered, they folded. Look at Venezuela. All the work to block Trump's impulses there, the warnings about it would be destabilizing and the stern talk about consequences and all of it. And Trump did what he wanted anyway, and Republicans have mostly lined up right behind him, or at least gotten out of the way. So forgive me if I don't take this whole we're very concerned thing super seriously as we are about to enter year 2 of Donald Trump's second term. There are a lot of strong words here. I mean, even Mitch McConnell gave a very strange, slurring speech on the floor of the Senate. But in that speech, he said seizing Greenland would incinerate NATO, and it would damage efforts to contain Russia, and it would shatter trust with allies permanently. Mitch is completely right about it. But Mitch has also mastered the art of saying the right thing after the damage is either done or already underway. And that's the bigger problem here, which is that Republicans are acting like the issue is this one idea. Greenland's the only problem. The problem is the person generating these ideas. This is not a glitch or a bug. This is Trump as a system working as designed. Impulsive and vindictive, treating foreign policy like real estate deals and military forces as personal security. Blocking one insane plan to take Greenland by force would solve nothing about the underlying problem. If Republicans were actually serious here, the answer wouldn't be, well, we're going to do a delegation trip to Denmark. It wouldn't be another anonymous quote of concern. The answer would be remove the guy from office. Stop letting him terrorize our allies and destabilize global security and float these trial balloons about invading a friendly country or declaring invoking the Insurrection Act or whatever. And so forgive me if, as I hear Tom Tillis and Lisa Murkowski tell us what they're going to do and how Republicans are very concerned privately, I am not really impressed with it. Don't worry. We're not going to let him do this thing. And then Trump applies real pressure. The base starts screaming, the threats begin, the loyalty tests start, and we know how it ends, which is Trump gets away with it. So spare me the heroic framing about these very disturbed Republicans. They are not standing up to their dear leader in any serious manner. They're trying to manage him while avoiding any political price. Now, Tom Tillis maybe is the exception because he's quitting. Lisa Murkowski maybe is the exception because she's always been more sort of independent-minded, and Alaska Republicans are a little different than Arkansas Republicans. But other than them, this entire situation is shaping up to be one bad day away from a serious international crisis that Republicans are impotent to actually rein in and stop. If I'm being too harsh on these Republicans, let me know. If you are impressed that Tom Tillis and Lisa Murkowski won't let Trump take Greenland by force, let me know. Now, I want to be clear. I don't believe Trump will take Greenland by force, but I don't think it's going to be because Republicans in the Senate are going to stop him.